Disclaimer: this video contains excessive profane language. If you have children in the room, or if you're easily offended by such language, please refrain from watching the video. I don't want you to subject yourself to tireless typing to explain to me why you don't like my speech. Have a good day.
That open relationship shit for why? Okay? Why not just be friends? Why the fuck would you need to actually have a title? Okay, consider yourself to be boyfriend, girlfriend, that's my man, that's my woman. Why not just be whatever the fuck you gonna be? Friends with fucking benefits. Why you need to put a label on what the fuck you doing, especially if you're gonna be fucking around with other people? Bitch. We are back for another ratchet reality television show review. If you enjoy these reviews, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. Also, if you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button because we have a whole lot of fun around up and through these sports. Yes, we do. We are here to be reviewing Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode motherfucking 13. Okay, girl, let me tell you this right here, right now. For Thick Chick, I can't speak for nobody else, but for Thick Chick, this was one of the driest, okay? The boringest, okay? Is that a fucking word? I don't really care. But this was one of the... I didn't really get my life from this episode. Normally, I'm like kikiing over Joseline and Stevie J's foolishness, but this episode was just dry as fuck to me. I'm sorry. It was a whole lot of foolishness going on. I understand that some of the episodes may have to be low-key kind of dry, but you can tell they had a whole lot of them fillers in there. Rasheeda. I'm just saying, they had a whole lot of fillers going around up through these parts. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this shit, okay? Stevie J is in Atlanta for the Grammys. Of course, he has a date with him. His date is Jessica Dime. And as I said in my last video, in my last Love and Hip Hop review, he is only fucking with Jessica Dime to get back at Joseline, okay? To get back at Joseline Hernandez. He basically said his damn self that his only reason for working with Jessica Dime is to see Joseline's reaction. He said he can care less about her talent, which, girl, to be brutally honest with you, I'm sorry, okay? I ain't no way in the fuck I can sit there and be kikiing with no dude just so he can get back at his quote-unquote wife, okay? Get back at his quote-unquote wife. But ain't no way in the fuck you gonna sit there and be playing me like no damn fool on no rebound type shit just to get back at your chick. Negative. Also in LA, you have Mimi, and she's there with her new BFF, Tiara. You also have Carly Red, who's in LA with Lyfe. She claims she's not there for the Grammy. She's there to, you know, basically check up on her store. She apparently has 2 stores that just opened up in LA. So she's basically there to check on her, you know, her store. She has business that she needs to take care of. And I guess maybe Lyfe is in LA for the Grammys. Who knows? The shit that got me kikiing with Carly Red is the fact that she's talking about she's trying to figure out when's the right time to tell Lyfe about Scrap. Tell him what? Okay? What the fuck do you need to tell him, boo? Did y'all not know each other for 2 damn days? Okay? You got your rocks off, or better yet, you got his rocks off. And now he in jail. So what? Please explain to me what the fuck do you need to tell Lyfe? Okay? What? Now, I can understand if you and Lyfe was on some totally faithful type shit, but y'all just said yourselves that you're in an open relationship, so it really shouldn't matter that you fooling around with another dude. Then again, I ain't never been in that type of shit where I'm talking to a dude and I'm gonna allow him to go out and talk to all these other women while I'm sitting there talking to all these other men. So I guess I can't, you know, I can't relate to the rules of this shit. Maybe if you're gonna fool around with a new person, you have to disclose that information to your main, I guess. I don't know. I've never been in an open relationship, so I'm going to give a pass on that one. But I was just like, why the fuck you need to tell Lyfe about Scrap? Okay. Number 1, he in jail. Number 2, you knew him for 2 days. I just didn't understand why she needed to do that. Mama D meeting up with Young Jock because, of course, hell, Lil Scrappy and I already told her mama, pretty much I ain't fucking with you on that type of level. So she wants to work with Young Jock. Young Jock like, look, Mama D, okay, number 1, you're an older lady, okay? If you want people to take you serious, you can't be out here on no old, you know, acting like you some old young chick in the rap game or some shit. You gotta do some shit that's going to appeal to people, especially by you being an older woman. So he basically gives her the idea of maybe, you know, coming up with this new 2016 electric slide type shit, which is, I think that would be a great idea. I honestly and truly do. You know, a lot of times people be in the clubs and they be doing these new line dances and shit. I think that may be kind of catchy for Mama D, since she's really adamant about doing this music thing. I think that is a great idea for her to do like this line dancing thing. He also tells her about, something catchy that I guess maybe the young folks can get into. I don't 1,000% know, but she basically ends up telling him about she got some shit that she can definitely say in a song in regards to Ernest. She also proceeds to tell him that she didn't put a tracking device on Ernest's phone. Now, bitch, let me give y'all a little bit of tea, okay? I knew a chick who put a tracking device on her dude's phone before. Let me tell you a little bit of something, ladies, okay? If you go snooping through your dude's phone, or you go putting tracking devices on his cars or on his phone and shit, don't be surprised at the shit that you find. I ain't saying, I'm just goddamn saying. There's this chick that I know, okay, who shall remain nameless, of course. But there's this chick that I know that did that same exact shit. And they do have apps out there. I'm not advertising this motherfucking shit. But they do have apps out there that you can put on people's phones. And you can actually get the text messages that they get to their phone sent to your phone. Yeah, but girl, you won't want nobody to do that shit to you. So don't you be doing that shit to nobody else. But don't be mad at the shit that you find coming to your phone from your man's phone, and then especially not if you gonna stay in the whole fucked up situation any goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck you going snooping through somebody's shit like you gonna actually bust a grape if you do find some shit and you still sitting your ass up in the house miserable than a motherfucker? Why did you even want to know? I ain't saying, I'm just goddamn saying. But she put this shit on Ernest's phone because I guess she want to find out where the fuck he be going all times of day, different times of day, talking he gotta go here, he gotta go there. But girl, little do she know, bitch, he is meeting up with Shirlene, okay? He meeting up with Shirlene to discuss your ass. Russell Simmons then apparently invited Mimi and Stevie J to a Def Comedy Jam event. And we already know this ain't no shit that Russell Simmons himself done thrown. Yes, Russell Simmons was there, but this is some shit clearly that Mona Scott probably got in contact with Russell Simmons, said, Russell, look, we in LA, we need a spot to come to. We need an extra scene. You feel me? Because the people in that fucking audience were not actual paying patrons, okay? Those were people that Mona Scott gave a little bit of a coin, okay, to be an extra in that scene. And that shit kind of annoyed me because the way they were scraggling in there, girl, you could clearly tell that this was some old scripted ass shit, okay? This was not no real comedy show. Is this dude a real comedian? Absolutely. Of course he's a real comedian. But the setup was some Mona Scott shit. So like I said, Mimi is there with Tiara. Carly Red walks in. And then, of course, Stevie J has to make his dramatic entrance. He walks in with Jessica Dime. Now, Jessica Dime had on a dress, and she was looking gorgeous in that dress. Y'all know how sometimes I say some shit that Carly Red has on. I'm sorry, not Carly Red. Some shit that Jessica Dime has on is just absolutely, it's not becoming of her because, of course, she has, ass injections. So certain shit that she puts on just make her look like, girl, it's just too much back there. But I think that dress she had on made her look very beautiful. So shout out to Jessica Dime for that. But like I said, Stevie J walks in with Jessica Dime, and of course, Mimi's sitting there like, what the fuck is going on here? Like you didn't know. But anyway, she's like, what the fuck is going on here? So they still sitting there watching the whole situation, and then she's eventually going to find out that Stevie J is actually working with Jessica Dime. But in the meantime, between time, Carly Red, being the dramatic motherfucker that she is, decides that she is going to tell Tiara about her 2-day romance with Scrap. Again, why? Ain't Tommy the one supposed to be your friend? Not Tiara. Now, Jessica Dime is loving, bitch, she is loving the fact that she is on Stevie J's arm. Not knowing this whole time that Stevie J really don't want to work with you, okay? He done already said he can care less about your fucking talent. He basically just using your ass to basically get back at Joseline because he knows that Joseline is going to be pissed when she finds out that he's working with you. But I guess get it how you live. Now, after the comedy show is done, Mimi pulls Stevie J to the side because, of course, she sees that, Stevie is with Jessica Dime. So she asks Jessica Dime, oh, so y'all working together? And Jessica Dime like, like I said, Jessica Dime is just, girl, she is elated that she working with Stevie J. Again, not knowing that Stevie J really don't want to work with her motherfucking ass. So Mimi pulls him to the side, and Loki, she's like, okay, I brought Jessica Dime to the table, and when I brought her to the table, you was all like, I ain't fucking with this chick because of the shit that she was going through with Joseline. You was calling the girl fat and all this old type of shit. I mean, basically, you was calling her everything but a child of God when you and Joseline were buddy-buddy, but now all of a sudden that you ain't really fucking with Joseline no more, all of a sudden you want to work with Jessica Dime. So he tells her, girl, look, I really don't want to work with her, okay? The only reason why I'm even fucking with her to this extent is because of all the shit that Joseline been saying on social media. So this is pretty much, okay, a way to get back at her ass without actually getting back at her ass, okay? Stevie, being the charismatic person that he is, he goes to kiss Mimi on her fucking forehead, on her cheek, wherever the fuck he kissed her at. And of course she girl, I can clearly tell that Mimi still has some feelings for Stevie, okay? Now, I don't have any children, but I know that sometimes, especially if you broke up with somebody that you were honestly and truly like hardcore in love with, they dogged you out for another chick, and especially Mimi by constantly putting herself, in Stevie's realm, letting Stevie get extremely close to her in ways that she shouldn't be letting Stevie get close to her. I can see why she still has a lot of feelings for Stevie, but she need to get over that shit. She starts to get all emotional and shit, and he tells her, I know why you're so upset because I fucked our family up for a stripper. Basically, I mean, I wonder how Joseline would feel about that shit. This dude and basically then told his baby mama that he fucked his family up for you and you ain't nothing but a motherfucking stripper, okay? While all the time y'all running around here telling everybody that y'all married. I understand that it was for the money thing though, I guess, like I said, get it how you live. And Mimi's all crying. Yes. All because you wanted to be young again. You did some damage that can never be done again. Mimi should get an Oscar, girl. That's one motherfucker that should get an Oscar, okay? Give Mimi Faust her Oscar. You did some damage that can never be done again. Stop. Back at the OK Corral, you have Jessica Dime. Like I said, Mimi didn't pull Stevie J to the side. Over there on the sidelines, you got Jessica Dime that decided that she want to be low-key messy, pulling out her phone like bloop, 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 bloop. Girl. She decides to show Carly Red some screenshots from some social media site. Basically, some German woman is saying that she's married to Lyfe Jennings. Carly Red's like, married? I know that me and Lyfe are in an open relationship, but I don't mess with married men. Girl, like I said, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not knocking no goddamn body. But that open relationship shit, for why? Okay? Why not just be friends? Why the fuck would you need to actually have a title? Okay, consider yourself to be boyfriend, girlfriend, that's my man, that's my woman. Why not just be whatever the fuck you gonna be? Friends with fucking benefits. Why you need to put a label on what the fuck you doing? Especially if you're gonna be fucking around with other people. I never did understand that shit. What's the purpose? Like I said, she go into the whole spiel about she not into that sister wife shit and she don't fuck with married men. So I guess she's deciding that she's gonna get to the bottom of this chick who's on social media claiming that she Lyfe Jennings' wife. Rasheeda and Kirk are wrapping up their new development. Y'all know that Rasheeda and Kirk been working on this house situation all season, okay? They've been working on this house situation all season and part of last season as well. So they finally getting this house situation finalized. Their daughter is there. I think her name is Kelsey. Well, Kirk's daughter, Rasheeda's stepdaughter, she's there. And y'all know this is the girl that was earlier in the season. She basically wants to work with Kirk and Rasheeda. She wants to be signed to their new label. And right now, Kirk and Rasheeda don't think that she's ready. I mean, I feel that, like I said, I don't really know her, but I can honestly say that you have a lot of people that feel like just because they got a mom in the business or they got a daddy in the business, they automatically think that their mom or their dad are just supposed to sign them just like this. Girl, if you have work that you need to do, there is no way, okay, I'm just going to sign you to a record label just because you're my daughter or just because you're my son. You have to put in work just like everybody else has to put in work, okay? And if I feel like you just doing this shit just on some come up shit because I'm your mama or I'm your father, then I'm gonna let you know it is not time for you. You need to put in some more work. You need to work on this. You need to work on that. And And this is some typical ass shit. She gets pissed when they basically laying the lowdown to her, basically telling her things that she's not ready for. Okay, she's not ready for this. She gets pissed off, storms out of the goddamn house. That's one of the main reasons why, right there, you do not need to be signed to this record label right now. Betty Boop, girl, Betty Boop is actually good for something. She is introducing her BFF D Smith to CeeLo. We know that D Smith, she produces, she writes, and she also sings herself. Well, she meets CeeLo, she tells him about her transition, and, he basically tells her, I like to embrace people who are different. I'm not a person who's going to judge you, etc., etc. And he also tells the girl, I'm usually not this open to just let somebody come up in here, play their stuff for me, but, it's something about you that I like. Like, okay, I appreciate that. We see that and yeah, you all giddy and shit when somebody can do some shit for you. But if it's just on some old okey doke ass shit, girl, you just mad at every damn body. But it's good to see a different side of you. I like the work side of D Smith, aside from all that other bullshit. She plays CeeLo a song and he absolutely loves it. Now I'm gonna tell you a little bit of something. Maybe it's just not my cup of tea. I wasn't necessarily feeling it, but we only heard a little bit of a snippet. But like I said, I can see CeeLo possibly getting jiggy with some shit like that. Back in LA, Stevie's in the studio, and girl, he's meeting up with his longtime friend, Faith Evans. Okay, y'all know this whole Bad Boys reunion thing is going on, and he's basically meeting up with Faith to discuss that and also work on some music and shit. I don't exactly know, but they meeting up. She asks him about Joseline. He then goes and tells her, me and Joseline, we really haven't seen each other in a couple of weeks. We really not getting along, etc., etc. Then he proceeds to tell Faith Evans that he and Joseline are not married. Of course, Faith is like, what? She's shocked as fuck because everybody honestly and truly thought that Joseline and Stevie were really fucking married. I mean, why would anybody, I guess, assume that they gonna lie about some shit like that? Even though we watching the show, you probably got somebody like Faith Evans who really don't, tune into Love and Hip Hop like that. She probably really don't just check for shit like that and don't be on social media like that. So she probably really ain't in tune with the bullshit that's going on. But we know. She tells them, look, okay, I understand that you and Joseline going through your shit, all this stuff all on social media. I hope this ain't no tit for tat shit. You got some people that do that, which is what Stevie J and Joseline are doing. Joseline will do some shit to get back at Stevie J, then Stevie J will do some shit to get back at Joseline. But girl, too old for that shit. Too old. So Ernest is meeting up with Charlene to discuss Mama D. We already know that Charlene and Ernest then had a meeting together already discussing Mama D before that whole brunch situation that Rasheeda had bought together with Mama D and Charlene. So while they sitting there in the middle of their conversation, we see who's that peeping through my window? Hi, Mama D. It's peeping through the motherfucking window because like I said earlier, Mama D put a tracking device on Ernest's phone, which you can do that shit, okay, if you want to follow your man or your woman's every goddamn move. But if you got them type of trust issues to the point where you got to be putting tracking devices on motherfuckers' phones, it's time to exit stage left. But I know some people are just curious like that. So Mama D busting there, ain't this about a bitch? Shirley like, oh, you can calm down, girl. You can calm down. Of course, Mama D looking like, oh, I know damn well you ain't up in here fucking around with Charlene. And Charlene like, girl, you need to calm down. Ernest tell her, look, I just was meeting up with Charlene. Charlene been helping us with our problems. I've been telling her about the shit that's going on with us. Apparently, Charlene is taking some type of psychology classes, and she's low-key counseling Ernest, girl. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If I ain't getting along with a person, I would feel some type of way to find out that my dude going having fucking secret meetings with this person discussing our relationship. I really don't give a fuck about you talking about something. She done took some psychology classes. I don't give not two fucks, okay? You don't be going discussing my business with a bitch I ain't getting along with. But I digress. Basically, some shit going on at the house. Ernest ain't really paying no damn bills. A couple of them motherfuckers. No, you need to put in on all of them, okay? You need to put in a little bit on all the bills. And Charlene basically tells Mama D, well, maybe he putting in on what he can be putting in on. Mama D was like, no, I know his fucking potential. I know what he make. He can put in on more than one or two bills. And Mama D, high five on this shit, yes. If you're going to be living right up through here, using these lights, using this water, then guess what? You going to put on the lights. You gonna put in on the water. You gonna put in on the rent. You watching this damn TV. You gonna put in on the TV. You using this goddamn internet. You gonna put in on the internet. So I'm with you on that, Mama D. I am, especially if I can see if Ernest just got out of jail and he really ain't making no money like that. But you said you done got this motherfucker a job. He getting a little bit of piece of this Love and Hip Hop Atlanta check. Yeah, Ernest, you need to be paying some more goddamn bills. So Charlene, pump your brakes on that, boo. Pump your brakes. Stevie J's hanging out at his friend Tony De Niro's place, and he invites Joseline over because, remember, they haven't seen each other in a couple of weeks. They haven't even seen each other since this whole Rick Ross picture that hit social media. So they going back and forth. Joseline's basically telling him, I've enjoyed this time that we've had apart. I think that we're getting along better. We don't see each other every day, so we're not getting in as many fights, etc., etc. So he proceeds to ask her about the Rick Ross picture, tells her it's disrespectful for her to have this dude's hand on her thigh and her to have her hand on his hand. Joseline tells him she don't feel like there's anything wrong with it, Basically, Joseline feels like it's okay for, Stevie J to do what he's doing. She feels like it's okay for her to do whatever the fuck it is that she's doing. Now, it's very rare that I agree with Stevie J. But if you doing you and I'm doing me, if we ain't doing us, bitch, we ain't doing nothing. That's why I don't really understand the whole open relationship thing, but I guess it's not for me to understand, okay? A lot of shit is just not for you to understand. But they eventually hug it out, so they cool as fuck now. And she tells him, I got a little surprise for you. I got a treat for you. And guess what the treat is? Tommy, okay? We know in the last episode, apparently her and Tommy went back in the back room and they was playing around in each other's monkeys, I guess. So now she done invited Tommy to LA to, give Stevie J a little bit of a treat. But we know that you ain't even fucking with Tommy like that. So this ain't on your dime. This, like I said, I guess Mona Scott, got a hotel for everybody to stay in. Girl, I don't know how this shit working out. But anyway, Tommy is the treat. He pulls up a chair for Tommy, and she's, of course, half fucking naked to the point where they gotta blur out all this shit. I'm talking about butt booty ass fucking naked. But Tommy's all hugged up on Joseline and shit, just, rubbing up against her cheeks. Low key like she drunk as fuck. I know she said she get drunk to, mellow out her problems, but it seemed like she was drunk, all falling all on Joseline and shit. Joseline claims she gonna make a fool out of her. I don't know how she plans on making a fool out of her, but she wants to go skinny dipping. So they getting all naked and shit, jumping in the swimming pool, trying to invite Stevie J in the swimming pool. But the whole time, remember, Tommy's talking about Stevie's my uncle. But girl, you walking around here butt booty ass naked in front of your fucking uncle, girl. What the fuck did you expect, okay? Joseline already done told your ass, oh, you know how we get down. So what did you expect? So that whole Stevie is my uncle shit, you can kill that noise. And plus, Stevie ain't your damn uncle. Stevie's supposed to be cool with Scrap and his fam. You ain't no relation, girl. Back at Pressed, Rasheeda's daughter has a stank ass fucking attitude. That's why I tell y'all, you gotta be careful when it comes to hiring family. I know that you want to give family a chance, especially if your family's struggling. You got a little bit of an opportunity that you can give them. You have to proceed with fucking caution, because family can feel like they can walk all over your ass just because you family. Kirk invites his new artist Sam. She comes to Press to meet up with Rasheeda. Now, remember, Kelsey is there, and Kelsey already mad at the fact that they got this new artist that's coming in who's going to be basically staying in the house that Kelsey grew up in, and the house that Kelsey wants to stay in. They're basically going to let their artist stay in this house so they can save. I guess, hell, if they're going to be working with her and they bought her from wherever the fuck they bought her from, I guess to them it'll be cheaper than actually probably paying her money. They'll probably just pay the rent on whatever this house and shit is and let her stay up in there. I don't know the specifics of the shit, but they feel like it's a good idea to allow her to stay in this house while she in Atlanta. And like I said, a daughter, she just really not having that shit. Of course, she feeling some type of way, and she decides to walk out. Like I said, again, that's what happens when you go hiring fucking family. Because ain't no regular person just finna walk out of their goddamn job and still be employed on tomorrow. We finally get to see the part that I have been talking about for the last couple of fucking reviews, okay? Lyfe Jennings and Carly Red being in the park. And we trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with Carly Red and Lyfe Jennings in this fucking park. Well, Carly Red is meeting up with this dude in the park to basically ask him about this chick on social media. Now, apparently, Lyfe said he done already seen the shit all on social media, but he wasn't going to bring it up to Carly. He was going to wait for Carly to bring the shit up to him. He basically tells her, look, me and this chick not married, okay? I want to know what's up with me and you, okay? I want to know what's up with me and you. She also proceeds to tell him about Scrap, but not before he tells her that one of his homeboys saw her in the club with Scrap. So he was like, I know, Carly ain't on that type of shit. Carly ain't on what type of shit? Okay, what type of shit is Carly on? Carly, well, I ain't touch Carly. I ain't trying to call you no hoe girl, but look, that's how they portray your ass on this television. That's how they portray your ass on social media. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. She tells him that, Scrap in jail, he got 20 years. Girl, he really got 5. But yeah, I know he got 20, but he only got to do 5. But maybe you don't know that yet. But you probably would have knew that if you went to see him like you claimed you went to see him, remember? Yeah. Lyfe tells Carly that he don't want to give up on them. He opens up a box. They got a big ass ring in it. And of course she plops and falls her ass on the floor. The same as she has done in the last 10 goddamn previews of these fucking shows, okay? So we don't know what the fuck this ring means. And obviously, it don't mean that he's going to ask her to marry him, because apparently, if you looked at the preview of the next episode, they're arguing. So it can't be the fact that he's asking her to fucking marry him. Mona Scott, ooh, girl, Mona, but you know how to keep us tuned in, bitch. Mona, you know how to keep us tuned in, because like I said, ain't no way he's asking this chick to marry him if they're arguing in the preview of the next episode. Also in the next episode, it looks like Arian and D. Smith, they gonna be low-key beefing. And then you got Deb, who's really, really emotional, really sad to know that Tammy's going to be moving out of the house, because, girl, Tammy and Deb, you can see their relationship even on social media, okay? Deb and Tammy apparently have a very, very close relationship, and I know Deb loves that girl like she's her daughter, like her real life daughter, not no daughter-in-law. She loves that girl like she is her biological daughter. So I know she's hurting right now. But it seems like, Tammy and Waka Flocka, they may be working their relationship out. I don't know. But right now, they're apparently just separated. Hopefully, they can work that shit out, like I said. But it'll have to be, ain't gonna be no talking, okay? Ain't gonna be no talking. Talk is fucking cheap, okay? Until you start showing me that you gonna do right. But there's only so many times that you can say sorry to me. There's only so many times that you can apologize. So like I said, his actions will definitely have to speak louder than his fucking words. And that's before I move back into the house with you. This ain't finna just go back to just, we all of a sudden, cool and shit. No, you're gonna have to show yourself approved before we can make this shit official again. But I can definitely understand Deb being, sad about her daughter leaving the house. Jock is gonna be telling Jay Slick that he smashed his girlfriend. Are you fucking surprised, Jay Slick? Are you surprised that Jock hit that? You can't be surprised, Jay Slick. But I digress. I'm looking forward to the next episode. I want y'all to let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comment section. Again, if you enjoy these reviews, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.